I am the host, Richard Ravenbrook, a man, a life coach, and a spiritual mentor who has endeavored to find real spiritual truth and self-enlightenment. With experiences in various ministry types, pagan traditions, and even magical paths. With a love for Mother Earth and the balance of life, I work to channel spirit and to help educate and mentor those striving to deconstruct from mainstream religion and to empower them to find the divinity within themselves and to the truth around them. The messages are focused on everyday life, creating an environment of real coexistence, a world of mutual respect, love, and dignity. The pagan preacher is all things, the preacher and the pagan, speaking from the wisdom of spirit. Welcome everyone, merry meet. I am Reverend Richard Kent. Welcome to the Ravenbrook. Today, I'm going to be talking about something really special, very deep, spiritual. So I want to do what we have been doing with our breathing. Just take a moment to relax, close your eyes if you can. If you can't, just try to tune everything else out but what's happening right now. Focus on your breathing in the good and the positive, the pure at heart, good intentions, and breathe out the toxicity that has been surrounding you, affecting you, harming you emotionally, spiritually. And breathe that out. And do so until you feel you're ready to accept truth for what it is. Continue to do it. Continue this breathing, focusing on my words, Spirit's words. Today, what I want to talk about, and Spirit wants to convey, is about having a collective mindset. You know, as I sat and I pondered and I seek Spirit, asking for what Spirit wants to say, a topic, a general topic, because that's usually where it starts. And then Spirit takes over from there. And we've been talking about magic and miracles. We've been talking about various crystals and stones. And we're going to be talking about tools such as candles, athames, different things of that nature. But then I stopped because I felt Spirit continuously refocusing me back and telling people that before we learn true power, true divinity within ourselves, that we need to be ready within ourselves. You know, we look out in the world right now, we see all these different religions, different denominations, different sects, different beliefs. And it's okay to believe differently. But what happens when those beliefs are massively divided and largely different? What it causes is spiritual division within the spiritual realm. And this can get deep and it can be hard to put into words, but I think as I begin to speak more, Spirit will open it up and enlighten you into what is truly trying to be said about this collective mindset. It's not necessarily saying that we have to believe completely and utterly all in the same thing, but that we need, as a people, all of us, because we all share this planet we call Earth, that we need a collective common interest that we can focus on, to put our good intentions and our best, just our best effort to. And I know we're flawed, and I know there's people out there that say, even good intentions can go bad, and they can. And the heart can be deceitful. There's so many different things. And that's why religions have done nothing but divide and weaken us as a species. Throughout history, spiritual forces have done everything in their power to divide us, to hinder us, to stop us, to limit our growth, to shorten our ability, even down to shortening our lives so we couldn't accomplish as much as fast. Sought to hinder us because we weren't collectively minded. What could we do collectively minded, even as different religions? We could focus on Mother Earth, couldn't we? We could focus on taking care of our planet. We could focus on feeding the masses, ending world hunger. We could focus on the things that give us peace, harmony, coexistence, eliminating the things like greed and selfishness, the need to be better than someone else. You know what, I don't want to get into politics, but I think we all know that politics and what politics do to our societies, same as religions. But there is an answer within all of this. They think, well, we have all these religions and they can't all be right. That's true. But somewhere in the midst of all that chaos and all those divisions is the truth. And in the midst of all these political theories and ideas and everything else is the answer. But what it takes is for us to sit down, understanding the divinity within ourselves, understanding the true power within ourselves, and what happens when we are divided mentally, spiritually, and emotionally due to such separations. It limits us. It hurts us, plain and simple. It's crazy because most of us, all we want is good things, and we definitely want good things for our children and our grandchildren. We want good things for our neighbors, because who wants bad things for anybody? At least I hope nobody is asking for bad things out there. But that's what it is so important when we begin to learn and become in touch with our inner self and our understanding our divinity and understanding the power within us and the ability to manifest, control, alter, and change reality. We need to be collectively minded, because the more of us that are together, the more of us that are focused on the same thing, the more of us that come in with a pure heart, loving our brothers and our sisters for just for who they are, plain and simple, just for who they are. not asking anything in return, not expecting anything in return, just standing by our brothers and our sisters and say, we can do this, and we can do this together, because together we are power. We are the change that this world needs. It's not in a specific politics, it's not in a specific spirituality, and it's definitely not in any specific religion. It's somewhere in the middle of all those things. A lot of it is common sense. Common sense that it seems like we lack in today's society throughout the world. We're all worried. We've got to go to work. We've got to pay our bills. We've got to pay this and pay that. We've all become slaves to a system that it doesn't appreciate and that just takes and takes and takes. Why most of us live a life nothing less or more than slavery, never knowing what life was truly about. Because we can't come together in that collective mindset and understand that there is an answer. And the answer isn't always God or our gods. That we need to honor those gods, yes. We need to put them in our lives, yes. We need to follow their examples, yes. But we are responsible for ourselves and for our future. We are here on this planet together. It is us that will make or break our future. Our children need a healthy planet to live on. They need ample food supply. I would like them to see a world that I saw with all the wonderful, magnificent wild animals that run this earth. The beauties of the sea and the fish and the dolphins and the whales that are out there. The beauty of the seasons in fall, spring, summer. But those things might disappear if we don't come together. Lay down those weapons of war, lay down those arguments of political bull. That if you believe this and you believe that, one's left-handed, one's right-handed, but guess what? You're all part of the same hand, or same body. But the problem is, when one's going one way and one's going the other direction, you rip yourself apart. You gotta somehow find a way to come in the middle. But greed and selfishness, fear, and I know a lot of it is fear. Well, we can't. What do? We can't just... Yes, you can. Because you know what would happen if all of us just stopped. Just stopped what we're doing and said to ourselves, what could we do to make this world better? First, we look around. Are you happy? Are your neighbors happy? Do they too feel like they're living a life of somewhat slavery over bills and debt? Do they wish there was another way? Do they feel within their spirit there was another way? That even though our forefathers had good intentions, somewhere it went wrong. And it's gone wrong throughout the world. Globalists have conquered nation after nation trying to create one world government, and it is not for the betterment of mankind, but it is an effort to control. The idea sounds magnificent, doesn't it? But don't you realize that for the world to become united, it would have to lower its flags all over the world and unite under one flag. One united world. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? But be careful. Because with every good thing comes an evil force behind it, trying to create what I say is a con. Trying to appear to be good and leads people astray and leads people the other direction when something else is there that's really close to it and is really the right point that we need to go to. Watch out for that distraction, guys. When it comes, watch out for that distraction. One collective mind, yes, this is what we need. But we're talking about in a spiritual sense. We're not talking about in a religious sense. We're not necessarily talking about in a political sense. Because I think we all can understand and believe and agree on certain things. Like I said before, we need to take care of our planet. I think everybody believes that, yes, we need to take care of our planet. Therefore, we need to make things happen in order to achieve that, taking care of our planet. We need to stop doing the things that we've been doing that harm the planet. We need to make changes. And some of those changes may be difficult. They may be uncomfortable. But they're changes that have to come. Ending hunger. In the United States, we have churches almost on every corner. Dozens in every town. Other religions throughout our towns as well. But yet we have homeless, hungry, poor children and people throughout our towns, living in boxes and dirty blankets under trees. Why we have religious people sitting on padded pews and listening to $100,000 sound systems in the air conditioning, singing their love and praise to a loving God, while their brothers and their sisters starve to death on the street. This is not the way it's supposed to be. No, you don't have to sit in a poverty-stricken building. But do we need the things that you see to do the things that you know that are right? Instead of building more churches, instead of building more temples, instead of building more religious centers and whatever it may be, what if we put all that effort, all that focus in a collective mindset to help people? Not just a handout, but a hand up. That's what we need in this collective mindset. We need that pure heart that doesn't look at what somebody has done, but they see their capabilities and their future, that are ready with their magical self, with their knowledge of inner divinity. Not pointing to any specific religion, not longing to convert, but the only thing they seek is to take their hand and lift them higher, to empower them to merely stand beside them and do the same thing. Don't worry about what religion I am. Don't mind what religion they are. Let's lift each other up and let those gods and goddesses work that out among themselves. If you have a specific religion, I'm not saying to lay down that religion. What I'm saying is don't base things only on your particular religion. But somewhere in the middle of all these religions and all these theologies is the complete and utter truth. We all know, because there are so many that somewhere in there that can't be everything. Everything can't be true. Everything can't be right. Throughout the years, stories change. The way they're told is differently. We know even most of the Bible, especially the New Testament, we know that it wasn't written by the people that are actually in the Bible. Like Luke and John and Peter and all these. You realize that they did not write what you're reading, but someone, a third party, someone that heard of somebody that heard, they wrote those things. And we have to understand, with all books and all literature, there's man's ways of changing things, misinterpreting. But we can find that truth within spirit. And I hope this is making sense. Because fleshly laws and fleshly religions and focusing everything on books and literature and how things were written, all it's done is hinder us and slow us down and divide us, massively divide us. We've been struck by this religious bomb, if you will, that we can't come together. We can't coexist because most of our religions tell us that we can't coexist together. Well, why would any guy tell us that we can't coexist with each other if we're all here on planet Earth? We're all here together. Something isn't right there. Something just doesn't click. Inside you, inside me, we all have the answer. We all feel it. We all know it. We all know what we have to do. We all know what the right thing is to do. We're just afraid to do it. We're afraid to lose family, or we're afraid to lose friends if we back out of a specific religion, or if we just do kind of what Spirit's trying to say. But you have to convert them to your religion. No, you don't. Just be the person that you want this world to be. Be love. Be charity. Be grace. Be all those things that you want to see. You want to see magic and miracles? Be magic and miracles. You want to see a world that heals? Then be that healing hand. You want to be, and it's so deep, and it's so real, and it's so tangible, that if we can just take a hold of it, and it starts with one person, and then it starts with another person, and another person, and another person, all saying that they will join together in this collective mind, this collective mindset of love and charity and giving and grace and kindness and mercy. This collective mindset of focusing on our enlightenment as a human species and taking care of each other as a human species, taking care of our planet so we can exist as a species. Instead of destroying ourselves, building weapons of mass destruction to hurt each other, when we could focus all that time and energy in making our lives better in a positive way, not in a way to make somebody rich or make somebody else, but you know what I'm saying? To make our lives complete, so we can live that life of abundance that I hear so much about. I mean, we do realize that this world doesn't need money to turn. It doesn't need money for us to survive. All it takes is a people willing to work together for the common interest of everyone, and for everyone to take part in this society, in this collective mindset. And the world becomes a place where we all coexist as one mind. We begin to see things, and we begin to explore other places. You're going to say, well, this sounds really far out there, really far-fetched. But it's not. Evil forces have tried to teach you these things, that it's crazy to even think that. You can't achieve it. There's no way to have it. And to make sure that it didn't happen, they have divided us using religion and politics. There comes a time when we just stop. We don't argue. We don't debate. We don't try to convert. We just live a life that we say we believe in. Our Creator, whoever it is, put us here on this planet and left us to take care of Mother Earth. And we all know that we failed in that. And it grieves my spirit because I love this planet and I love every life form on this planet. And it grieves my spirit to see any species go extinct, or to see anything that has been created in its own beauty destroyed, because we don't understand the balance of life, or that we trade the balance of life for cash and prosperity. Before we can be the magical divine people that I speak of, and what the Ravenbrook teaches, we have to find that collective mindset and that pure heart within us. We have to find it. I ask everybody this last few minutes of this podcast to think about what has been said. Join the Ravenbrook. It's not about a religion. It's not about a specific spirituality. It's about that collective mindset and knowing who we are within, wanting to do the right things for this planet and for our species and for all species upon this planet. We choose to be love. We choose to be kindness. We choose to make the world the way it was supposed to be. Through our different races, through our different languages, through our different religions and traditions and cultures, there is a middle point. There is a common ground. There is a common interest that we all want. We want a future for our families. We want a future for our children. We want to exist. We want to continue to exist. We need to come together. We need to find that place. The Ravenbrook is one place where this can happen, because the Ravenbrook isn't about a website, and it's not about an organization. It's not about a company. It's about an idea. It's about a concept, a spiritual concept that is real, that is tangible, and that It can, if we allow it, to bring peace and true coexistence to our planet and prosperity. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time. Thank you for stopping and listening to this podcast. I am the Pagan Preacher, and this is the Ravensbrook LLC, also known as the Ravensbrook Sanctuary. Look it up. Subscribe to our podcast. Share this podcast. Share the idea of this collective mindset. Tell people, let's join hands. Let's do this for our world. Together, we can be that change. Be blessed, everybody, and blessed be. Thank you, everyone. This is Richard Ravenbrook. From my heart to yours, I hope you are blessed. Please be a blessing. Share these podcasts. Share my short videos. Tell the world the work that's being done. Help me open the minds of those so closed. Help me bring into the fold those seeking truth and enlightenment. Be blessed.